So, what is your soul contract? Why do you have one? And what is it going to tell you about yourself and your life? This is what I'm going to try and answer in this very short video about your soul contract. And if you don't know me, I'm Antonia, and I love to help people decode their soul contracts so they can step more into self-awareness. Because when you know yourself and you understand yourself and all the energetic patterns running underneath your life, you can begin to see things and start to observe yourself and take command of your life. And that is true empowerment, and it's a very joyful way to live. So, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be sharing a soul contract summary report so you can get a little bit of a taste of what your soul contract looks like and the different aspects of your chart and what the numbers mean in each area. Your soul contract gives you the deepest truth of your life. And essentially, people come to a reading and they may know a little bit or they may know a lot. And it's very validating when you come into a reading and you can look back at your past experiences and say, hey, oh my gosh, that's why they happened. That makes complete sense. Now I get why it had to happen that way. And it gives you this lovely sense of understanding and compassion for yourself and what you've gone through. And at the same time, it helps you to look ahead into your future, the potential that sits there. Maybe a little bit tuned down, maybe not quite stepped into, that says, hey, I'm waiting to be recognized, I'm waiting to be activated. And again, that's a really, really fun point about having a reading is, well, where are you on that scale? How far are you moving through the challenges? How much are you activating the gifts? How much are you stepping into the goals? It's really, really fun, very juicy. A soul contract reading really does give you a deeper awareness of why you're here. The soul is here to have a human experience. We are sparks of the Great Spirit, the One, the God, divine, and we come to Earth to have a human experience, a physical experience of separation from source, separation from love. And it's pretty tough down here. And when we are down here on Earth, we play a game. It's called the game of separation. And we're here to learn and remember the truth of who we are, that we are source, having that human experience. And the way that we learn is through these individual lessons and challenges. We're not being punished by being here. We are here out of our own choice for our own ascension and raising of our consciousness. We all have a deep purpose within us, and my understanding is that our purpose is not tangible. It's very much non-tangible, and what that means is your soul contract does not tell you what you should be doing or who you should be. It brings awareness to who you could become in a very broad, loose, beautiful sense. It gives you an understanding of the fullest expression of who you could be, the most loving, the most generous, the most worthy, the most abundant. You know, it's very, very beautiful what our purpose really is here. And as a reminder, we are an eternal being on a human journey, and the sound of our name that we chose creates the energies set in place in this lifetime, and that's essentially how your soul contract works. So here we have what is your soul contract. This is what it looks like, unless you have a very short name and then you only have one triangle, which means the experience that you have on Earth is going to be a bit more intense because there's less energies to dilute. So essentially we have two triangles. We have the downwards triangle pointing to the earth and the spiritual triangle pointing to the heavens. And these are two separate parts, but really I find all the energies interact all the time between each other. But we kind of do start with working through the physical energies before we come into the spiritual. As you can see here, there's a little explanation of what each part means. So the physical karma here is all about our challenges that we have to work through, and normally at a very young age. And then we have our talents, our natural abilities given to us in this lifetime. We're really here to tune them up, and if we don't know what they are, the soul contract will tell you. And then you have your goals. It's what you really want to achieve in the world, and it's actually very soul driven. within us, we have the conscious personality, which is you and I. And then we have our ego mind, which is like our ceiling of consciousness. It's here to create limitation and constriction and to keep us at a lower state of consciousness. It's just part of the rules and the matrix and the game of separation that we play down here. And then we have the soul, and the soul is the embodied essence that is wanting to work through you, the conscious personality in this lifetime, to achieve certain things. And that's what the goals are, especially the spiritual goals. So it's the same with the karma, talents and goals in the spiritual. It's all about your challenges, your talents, and what you want to do in this lifetime. And we're going to go in and look. And actually, before I forget, we've got the soul destiny. And the soul destiny is almost like an umbrella that captures the essences of all the other numbers, and they culminate in the soul destiny, which is the overarching theme of your life. And the energies in the soul destiny can be very strong because it's carrying the karma, it's carrying talents, and it's carrying goals of all the 6 other aspects. So it can be quite a rich experience. So we now look at the individual interpretations of each part of my soul contract, and I'm really, really comfortable and happy sharing this as an example because I really love my soul contract. I really enjoy it. 5s are all about learning to step out into the world and express my deepest truth. So again, this prompts me to think, how do I not express myself? Where do I not feel safe to speak up? And usually if you have 5s in your soul contract, there can be a past life issue or many past life issues where you have been persecuted and punished for speaking up. And it can feel very strong. So 5s are actually here to process a lot of past lives in this lifetime. And then we have the physical talents. This is the order we kind of go in. And it's the same as my soul destiny, which means that the soul really wanted to get this set of energies into my chart. And this is all about absorbing and then expanding knowledge and communicating and teaching and sharing, but also finding balance because the 12s want to expand very greatly and the 3s want to rush because they don't want to sit still and feel their unworthiness. So together it is a very strong energy. So we are always, I am always learning to slow down and have balance. And then we have the physical goals. So the physical goals are up here and they are the same as my spiritual talent. So again, the 7 energy is a master number. It's very strong. The soul really wanted me to embody the 7 energy. And this is about coming out of hiding and showing who I really am. And again, with this, it prompts me to notice, well, where am I not showing my true authentic self? Where am I not expressing myself? Where am I wanting to stay hidden, to stay safe? And that's why 7s hide. They want to stay safe. And then we've got the spiritual karma, and spiritual karma is all about learning to emotionally ground. Spiritual karma can feel very strong from my experience because we often work through our childhood stuff, or we're still working it through into adulthood. But when we hit, when we're a little bit older, the spiritual karma really kicks in. And this is about relating to people and society and learning to feel. Man, I could not feel my emotions for a really long time, but I was also very emotional. So work that one out. That is the interesting thing about the 8s. And then I've got my 7s again. And even though the numbers mean slightly different things depending on where they are in their chart, the essence of the number is the same. And there's a lot to each number. So the 7s, I'm here to network and catalyze people, which is really joyful. I really enjoy doing that. And again, where could I be doing it more? With your talents, it's always like, where can I connect more with people? With my 7s, with my 12 3s, where can I bring more internal ideas out into creation? As 3s are all about creativity. And then we've got 9s. 9s are culmination of this lifetime. A lot of people look at their soul contract and there's like this sense of rush. I have to get through all the energies. You're not here to get through them. You're here to just embody them And so there's no race, but the 9 is the ultimate pinnacle, and this is about claiming back power. And 9s can be a little disempowered. So 9s are really here to step back in and claim it back. So again, this prompts me, well, where am I not expressing my power, especially on a spiritual level? Where am I not really believing in myself? Where am I not trusting my channel and my intuition, which is very connected to the 9 energy? And then, of course, we've got my 12-3 soul destiny, which is I'm here to expand. I'm going to teach from the soul. And isn't that joyful? Because that is kind of the work I'm doing already. So I'm very lucky. So this is a summary report in a nutshell. And this is what you get if you want to have a little taster of your chart. And I'll put all the links below. And then what happens in a live reading is that the practitioner, whoever you choose to work with, connects all the threads together. So it connects all the numbers together based on what you're sharing. It's very interactive to really see, well, where are you and how is everything linking together? What's the bigger picture of the tapestry of your life? And that is a super joyful thing for practitioners to do. I absolutely love doing that. And then I am going to briefly share what a full report looks like. If you're really ready to dive deep and go to, oh, I don't even know how I can get onto the the first page. If you're really ready to dive into your energies and you want to take your time and you want to do it by yourself and you want to do it in a very relaxed way, a full report is the way to do this. And this is basically, it's all PDF, so you can click on something and it'll just take you there. So for example, looking at the physical karma, this is my journey. This is all the karma that I'm here to transmute. Yup. Yes. Yes, I can be. I think we all can be manipulative. Yes, very sensitive, floaty and ungrounded, hard to assert myself, disempowered to speak my truth. Yes, that all happened and it all continues to happen to some degree. But at the same time, there's all these positive states to attain, and I can really take my time to look through that and get a really good feel for that. It's very, very joyful to just take your time and read through this and absorb it, because it's very deep information. You know, it's not something that can always be assimilated in an hour's reading. Sometimes you need a little bit more time to really understand and ground in to the different energies that are flowing through your chart. But for each part, you get a really lovely understanding of the energies in each number and what they're really about and what you're really here to do with them. And what I love a lot about this is right at the end, you can see the vibration profile analysis, which has quite a long name, but it basically says all the different energies. So I have a little bit of a spiritual vibration with my 5s and 9s. I don't have much physical. I'm not a very physical person. I'm a little intangible. I do a very intangible job. I like to move around a lot. I'm not very committed. That is my 8s all over. I love to communicate. I love to write. I love to do videos. So that is a real match for me. And I'm very creative. I love to create, not in a very traditional sense, but I love to design. That's my thing. And I just quite like that. This is my favourite part. And then double numbers is a little explanation of what the double numbers mean. And as you can see, travelling through a thick-walled, transparent tube of glass. Yup, that's exactly it. I see different lives I could have, but they're not attainable. I'm meant to be on this lifetime, this track. So there's lots of stuff to dive into. Master numbers, again, very, very strong. They greatly increase power in all aspects. I've got a ton of them, lucky me, my 12s, 3s and 7s. So we are just working with those, riding that power. And then what happens with a long name. So there's tons of extra details. in here, which is really fun to just flick through. And this is just all about me. I think that is everything I wanted to cover. This is way longer than I thought it would be. If you have any questions about your soul contract, please reach out. I'm going to put all the links below where you can just buy your personalised summary or full report. Or if you want to just dive in and have a real conversation, then a live soul contract reading with me is the step to do that. Or you can get all of them and really take your time with it. Until next time, I wish you a very beautiful and joyful Christmas season and rest of your day.